Hey everyone, welcome to my very first episode of the 818 Initiative, where we explore the intersection between art, science, self-discovery, and personal growth. I am your host, Tilly Lawrence, and today we're diving into a topic that's both timely and timeless. In this episode, we're going to be talking about resilience, cool science behind it, and particularly through interoception. We're going to also look at the interoception is your body's way of tuning in to its internal signals, like your heartbeat, your breath, and your gut feelings. But how does this inner awareness actually help us bounce back from life's challenges? And what does the latest research say about building resilience from the inside out? We're going to explore all of that today. But Tills, what's the 818 Initiative? And who the hell are you? First, the 818. According to numerology, the number 8 represents abundance and blessings and harvest. And the number 1 represents new beginnings. So if you have a number 1 flanked by 2 8s, then the energy in the universe is on your side and things are bound to happen. In Googling, it looks like their number 818 underscores that 1, you can change the situation that is directly in front of you. 2, not to let any immediate fears, desires, or perspectives get in the way of changing your future or your outcome. 3, your current state of being is your own making. 4, your attitude is as important as your actions. And 5, you are closer than you think you are to achieving your goals. So, who am I? I am a scientist, a nurse, a researcher, and a dancer, a mom of 3, a hugger, and a believer. So before we get started, I just need to mention that while I've been in the healthcare and research industry for upwards of 30 plus years, I'm not an expert. I am on a mission to become a subject matter expert. So I am researching this topic. I know a tiny bit about a surprisingly amount of stuff. But I'm just simply a lifelong learner. So all of the thoughts that I'm sharing here are my own, and the stories that I share and provide isn't intended to be a substitute for the advice, diagnosis, and treatment that only your medical care team can provide for you. So, with that said, let's get started. Thanks so much for dropping in, you guys, because this is all new. I'm glad you're here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here to share a message, and YouTube's been my friend for all through COVID. I've realized that I can learn a lot. Hey, dogs! Where's my dogs? Hey! So I'm the creator of the 818 Initiative, and I started it because I was hoping to connect with other folks and other scientists, researchers, podcasters to talk about the word resilience and to become a subject matter expert in this new emerging science called interoception. So what is the science of interoception? It is the ability to sense, integrate, interpret, and regulate the signals that your body is giving to you. So is interoception and strengthening those 5 senses critical to having resilience?
I choose to believe that there is a great, big, beautiful tomorrow waiting for us. And I aim to face the future with curiosity, exploration, and wonder. And I really think that's the 818. I think if most of us can look at the future with curiosity, with questions that are positive in nature, reframing the way you look at your future, it's possible. It's completely possible to change and reimagine your future so that it is bright, so that you do have something to look forward to, so that you can face your challenges. And if it's hard, you can be resilient. You can get over what you need to get over. So the 818 is a call to action for really humanity, you and I, to become scientists for our own souls. And what is the role of fear and pessimism in our future? AI is going to take over the world. Skynet, the Infinity Gauntlet, the dark side, the man in black from Lost. What do we need to do for the human race to continuously evolve, if not for resilience? What's it all for? It's for the kids. It's for my kids. I'm going to try to discover ways to support and serve my younger self, my younger version of myself, and the version of me that was running around about a year ago. I'm doing this so that I can model my responses and reactions to life's curveballs for my kids. I have 3. 1 is going off to college, and 2 are in middle school. I don't want to tell them how they should feel or respond to life's challenges. Because of what I experienced in my life. It's also fascinating because I think as humans, we always do a lot for self-improvement. We do it so much that it becomes just sayings like learned mindless behaviors. You could probably fill in the blanks, but like things like don't worry, be happy, one day at a time, count your blessings. It is what it is. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This too shall pass. I use this one a lot. Pull up the panties and get on with it. My poor kids, they must have heard that a lot. They're all true statements, but somehow it's not enough. If you're still with me, I hope that means you're fascinated. Or you could be here to watch me create and produce my own brand, my own show, because you might secretly and intuitively know that it's the future of how people can begin to curate their own knowledge independently and research topics that are important to them. As an introduction to the 818, here are 10 first steps or ways at a really, really high level to become a master at interoception, or I like to call it the Force. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. So here are the steps I think that it'll take to master interoception. This is based on my own life experience and observations, my role as a scientist and a researcher, and my life as a mom, a human, trying to find purpose and peace in my life. You likely have practiced some of these tips, but let's reframe them just slightly. I think the key is to reframe your thinking. Like if you're driving and you see an ambulance in front of a house, sometimes the first instinct is, that's not good. But let's try to reframe that. For our own minds, we actually don't know what's happening in that house. We just know that there's an ambulance because we're driving by. But if you want to absorb negativity from that, you can say, ugh, that is not good, and keep going. And then you've just got this cloud. Or you can drive by and notice the ambulance, and you can say, thank goodness help is there, and keep going. It's just one less thing that you can put in your back pocket to help you be resilient so that you don't have to It's not clouding your thoughts. Self-observation is number one. Just like scientists observe and question, we can start observing our own thoughts and feelings, and more importantly, our reactions. We can notice patterns in the way we respond to certain things. Buzzword these days is triggers. How do we respond? Observe your heart rate and your blood pressure during your responses. Some of us have triggers we don't even realize. A trigger is an emotional response from core wounds in the past. We'll have many conversations around observing your vital signs in your body during times of rest and during times of stress. When I used to reflect on my feelings, I would do just that. Reflect on why I was feeling the way that I felt, why a situation bothered me so much, why was that guy such a jerk. Reframing from an interoception perspective is really about noticing and observing our physical reactions, but not our feelings. Like, are my hands clenched? Is my jaw clenched? How loud is my voice? Am I breathing too fast? Is my heart racing? All of those things. Take notice of how your body is responding when you are responding to a stressor. So that's number one, self-observation, but not of your feelings and the why, but literally what your body is doing. Number two, mindfulness and meditation. It allows us to sit in our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's really hard to do. If you've lived most of your adult life in fight or flight, meditation is especially hard because most of the time it requires stillness. And guess what? It also requires stillness in your body. It requires a homeostasis. How do you achieve homeostasis? I really think that by mastering interoception, we need to strengthen our five senses. For example, Luna! Cut! For example, when you're having a really tough day at work, deadlines are looming, tempers are short, I've always told myself, get up, take a walk. It's not just taking a walk and blowing off steam and going through that mental checklist of all of the things that you have to do when you get back at your desk. It's going outside, taking a walk, and purposefully thinking about your senses. How many birds can I hear at one time? Do I also hear crickets? Purposefully listen for what you hear. Smells? What can you smell at once? What can you touch? All of those things. As a scientist, I love to record data. Well, no, I don't. I don't love to record data. I don't even like to capture data. I don't even like to collate data. I don't even like to look at it. But anyway, as a research nurse, we document. We document and we document and we write everything down. Reflective journaling is another good way to be able to become your own scientist, but maybe do it in a way that you haven't before. I've started mind mapping. I've got a blank notebook. It's filled with different colors and quotes, and I'll show it to you. Emotional intelligence is number 4. It's basically, we want to develop the ability to recognize and understand and manage those emotions. I think what's most important, though, about emotional intelligence is emotional regulation during responses. It's also been said that the higher your emotional intelligence level, the more executive functioning you have. You're able to make choices in a calm state. Anyway, so this is the 818. We are taking the first steps to finding our purpose. We'll share stories, learn from each other, talk to other podcasters and experts on interoception, and apply what we've learned to our daily lives. And just maybe we can all collectively see a brighter future. Isn't that how the saying goes? The benefit of learning is acquiring knowledge, and knowledge, as they say, is power. But let's reframe that. Knowledge is power over yourself, giving you the self-confidence and the agency over your choices. You would be surprised at how many people have a difficult time with agency, paralyzed with the decision-making process, and then the decision is never made. So growth and learning, lifelong learning, being a curious observer in your life, understanding that you don't have all the answers, understanding that tomorrow could be a completely different day. It's all up to you. Right, Luna? Number 6. This is the best part. Experimentation. Try new ways of thinking, feeling, behaving, and reacting. Observe with interoception how these changes impact your health and well-being. Adjust and refine your approach based on what you've learned. This is what I'm managing at work, taking the lessons that we learned in medicine during COVID and making sure that we have the systems and processes in place for the next time we face a global health crisis. We are definitely experimenting and trying new things at home here to heighten our senses. My girls actually came up with an idea to have their friends over and bake something collaboratively. Some of them are going to be blindfolded. Some of them might have headphones on, but they're going to try to do that. I think that is an amazing idea. They came up with that all by themselves, and I can't wait to film it and see how it goes. I'll share it with you guys. My kitchen is probably going to explode, but that is the fun part of really honing in on your senses and becoming one with your force. As a healthcare professional, I have realized that there's been a lot of talk surrounding the vagus nerve and hijacking your vagus nerve. So this thing that happened in January, and this will be another episode, but one of my daughters has cyclic vomiting syndrome, and it's a brain gut disorder. And she's had this since 2017 when my dad died. So that is a whole another episode, but there is some truth to how our cognition and our thoughts affect our physical state. It's huge. What is the tool in our body that connects that? That's the vagus nerve. And that is a whole another podcast or another episode. It's so much more to learn about the vagus nerve. As a healthcare professional, I knew about the vagus nerve. I knew about the, the vagal response, where you like clamp down, if you have to go to the bathroom, things like that. But so much more to learn there. But the vagus nerve, I think, is a very important tool in our body that's been overlooked. And I can't wait to keep asking questions surrounding it. I can't wait to try tools that are out there that help support vagal tone. Anyway, again, a whole another episode. Let's see. So that was experimentation. That's really the fun part. That's initiative 818, experimentation. We are going to be scientists for our own souls, and we are going to be curious observers in our own lives, and we are going to reshape the way we react to life's stressors so that we can be resilient. And we are going to do that and model that so our kids can watch how we respond. That's it. It sounds simple, right? Oh, Luna, she's digging. Can't stop her. I mean, she's a dog. She wants to dig. Okay. Number 7, spiritual practices. Engage in practices that deeply resonate with you, whether it's meditation, prayer, yoga, tai chi, ikigai. All of those things can absolutely ground you and connect you to your sense of purpose and belonging. These practices are all well maintained in our bodies if we can maintain interoception during those practices. The magic and beauty surrounding this tip or practicing spirituality is that it has the ability to connect us all. It is the one thing that binds us all, even from different cultures and different religions. Practicing your spirituality ultimately strengthens your interoception, no matter where you're from, no matter who you are. Number 8, seek balance. Just as scientists seek to understand the balance of natural systems, I am going to strive to balance my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. We'll reframe that as well. Each of us as human individuals seek harmony and balance within ourselves, within our own minds, within our own bodies, and we'll have agency over ourselves. Our health and happiness shouldn't be dependent on someone else's response to a situation or outcome. We are individuals. We are all so uniquely different, like snowflakes, but we're all the same. Balance with each other will come, but first we have to seek balance within ourselves. Healthcare is slowly headed that way as well. So is education. We have become a standardized nation. The key is not to standardize, it's to personalize. And how do we personalize? Well, we seek balance. We seek balance within ourselves. We'll have agency within ourselves. We'll know what our body needs. We'll understand when our body truly cannot recover. And we'll have agency to be able to talk to other healthcare professionals and tell them what it is your body needs. And hopefully those healthcare professionals will take that advice, listen to you, and help you treat your symptoms. I feel like that is the only way to go. Precision medicine, personalized healthcare, that is where we're headed. But we can't do that as a collective group until we have agency over ourselves. Because right now, I know how I used to be, and I'm speaking for myself. I would have agency over my daughters and over my son. Tell him what to do. Tell him how to think. Tell him what to be prepared for. Tell him what not to do, because that's what I did and it was wrong. He has to make all those choices himself. So balance is key, but balance within yourself first. We need to personalize ourselves, personalize education, personalize medicine, all of it. Number 9, community and support. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who are also on the path of discovery. That's why the 818 initiative was created. I hope that this community can provide support, inspiration, mentorship, and simply different perspectives. And different perspectives is key to empathy for our future, our children. This means that through your circle, you create environments that stretch them as learners, provide them with choices and consequences, age appropriately, of course, and show confidence in their capacity to succeed and unleash their highest potential. This is not to be confused with gentle parenting or helicoptering your kids. If we truly engage with our kids at the very highest of our abilities, with emotional intelligence and interoception, our kids will be more likely to use their critical thinking skills, their executive functioning, which keep them from blindly accepting what they're told to believe, especially if their intuition is telling them something else. Their intuition or their spidey sense. Spidey sense. That's also interoception. Finally, number 10, embrace uncertainty. A scientist is comfortable with not having all the answers and the ongoing process of discovery. With personal growth, especially, we know that life is a continuous journey. They don't always go the way we want them to go. But if we embrace uncertainty, let go of irrational fear, it's likely that we'll actually feel more alive because the metabolic maintenance of our bodies is firing on all 4 cylinders. Immune system resilience increases also, and so does our cognitive ability to see the possibilities around us. And seeing the possibilities is the end game. It gives us hope, it gives us optimism, and not only that, if we fear change and uncertainty, stress, anxiety, and depression will bubble to the surface, and that undermines our body's miraculous ability to self-heal. Our body can truly heal all by itself if we allow it. A recent article published in the Scientific American just this past May, 3 short months ago, asked this question: how much do our thoughts or our mindset, not our physical actions, how much do our thoughts and our mindset affect our overall health and well-being? The way we think about illness and our current perceptions of aging might actually affect our responses, behavior, and general life force in negative ways. The 818 initiative invites you to hit the reset button on your mojo. Whatever your mojo is now, you can change it if you want. We can all make positive and optimistic changes in our lives that could profoundly reshape our future. I mean, I just created a YouTube channel and a call to action for all of us to connect and share stories and connect some dots to further the evolution of ourselves. Who knew? I still can't even believe it. I'll watch these YouTube videos on how to start a YouTube video, and they're, people in their 50s and older saying, the older you are, the more equipped you are to be able to tell your story because you have life experience. You've got your wisdom. The stories that you've collected are yours to share. And that's how you're going to be different. So, hey, who knew I would be here talking about resilience and sharing this information with you guys? Before I'd be like, no one cares. What's it all for? It's for me. And hopefully we can really reshape our future. And just wouldn't it be nice to look at the future with sunshines and rainbows? Anyway, so as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. The 818 initiative begins with an inward journey. By tuning in the subtle signals of your body, your breath, your heartbeat, and your gut feelings, you can connect with the most authentic part of yourself. Interoception invites you to listen and truly hear what your body is telling you about yourself right now and what it doesn't like. It's a reminder that your purpose isn't something out there to be discovered. It's within you, waiting to be felt and waiting to be followed. I am one with the force, and the force is with me. Thank you so much for sitting through this and joining me today. Until next time, allow your curiosity about anything to lead you down a brand new path, just for fun. And I guess until our next episode, I will be thinking about how to actually Imagineer pink fuzzy balloons. Have an awesome day. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Maybe I'll have another episode in a month. Bye. And you should see my dog. My gosh. She's been digging the whole time. Been chatting. Anyway, see ya. Ah!